Good Friday evening. Good to see you here, everybody. A little weather diversion slash weather update for you. Just trying to get situated here. Been a long day, and my shift's not even over by any stretch of the imagination. So we had some hucklebuck earlier today. We're doing pretty good. We're going to give you an update. There's no severe weather in the area, but we've got some cool pictures of what has happened. No watches, no warnings, just a little thing to take a deep breath. The darkness is here, and that always helps kind of diminish stuff here. So thanks, everybody, for checking in. I'll try to keep up with your comments, and we'll send you right on out to a very tranquil shot, which is the Iroquois Club over in Conneaut Lake, and you can see those folks just enjoying the night. Hope you're enjoying the night. Let me say hi to Miss Karen. Always good to see you here. Jen Forever Young, Bonnie, Jeremy. Good to see Adam Ripley from Waterford, longtime Karen Connor, and Ed from Central PA, Sue from Canadota Lake, Yvonne from Franklin, and Terry over in Lawrence Park. So pretty quiet around the neighborhood. So let's see what we can come up with. I want to take you right on into the radar. And again, we do this just to set your mind at ease. I mean, this is a radar right now as it stands. One thing I want you to notice, 2 lightning strikes up here, 2, okay? Little lines forming here. This is the cold front, okay? Out ahead is all this warm air that we've been around. And we did have a couple places that popped some showers and storms earlier, but I'll just give you this 1-hour loop as this stuff comes across Ohio. And you can see some, some red cores in there, some downpours, but little lightning skirted to the north of Erie right here in the last hour. Maybe some of you saw that, but it's not a severe cell and it's weakening. And this stuff over here getting right on top of Cleveland right now, no lightning, just really some heavy downpours. So it is tracking to the east. And if I just do a distance track for you here, for planning purposes, I can get a hold of it. There it is. So if you're watching us from Cleveland or Lakewood, that cell's going to go over you, but it's not severe. It's just a plain old heavy rain shower cell. It's moving east at 31 miles per hour. So if I just keep it on the track, just for you guys who may be up later at night like I am, and you just bring it into the I-79 corridor, okay, it's 3 hours away from this area. But I want to keep pointing out that it's not severe, okay? It's a heavy rain shower. So although I believe we are still under a slight risk, bring the data up here. Yeah, we're still under a slight risk at this hour for a severe storm. As I tell my folks on the nightcap, it's level 2 out of 5. Okay, 5 being the highest. We're over here at 2 at slight. So the more we're deeper into the night, the less of a threat severe becomes. And we are going to get some rain, and it's going to continue off and on during the weekend. But the good news is that the severe threat is diminishing, and who's afraid of a little rain, right? Okay. So that's the deal going on there. And we'll watch the stuff to the west too, because like I said, band of showers coming through maybe, towards midnight. And then we got to get through this stuff way back here in Indiana, Illinois. And just to tickle your fancy, which most of you it won't, here you go with the frost advisories and the freeze warnings back up there in Iowa, Minnesota, the Dakotas, Nebraska, all the way down to Kansas, Oklahoma, Panhandle, Texas, They got them too. So really what you're looking at, and I'll contrast it with temperatures here so you can really see where the front is. You don't have to be a meteorologist to look at that. Here's your high resolution temperatures. Here's Erie. Now these are guesstimates, but they've been pretty close. All right, 70. Here's Chicago, 55. Here's close to Minneapolis, 45. Okay, so you can draw a front right in here, you know, with this color change. And we're going to get cooler over the weekend, no doubt about it. It's going to be breezy as well. But hey, we have made it to mid-October, and that's doing pretty good. Our high temperature today was 82 degrees. So although we're still under this little risk here, we're just going to keep on top of this radar and track it this evening just to see, you know, if anything blows up. Now, a couple things blew up earlier, and I do have some pictures on one of them. So I want to take you back to the programming here, and I also want to show you these shots that my storm tracker caught. I mean, what do you think, guys? As I will go back and review your comments. What do you think that is? Storm tracker Steve Marshall on the case there. All right, Haley, long time no see. Good to see you. Yes, the nights are getting longer. There is more darkness than daylight. Hello, Suku. We caught the homecoming parade going down Main Street in Girard during the show live from our camera at the pharmacy. That was so cool. See, that's great people there, you know. What's a little rain? Now, this is more than a little rain, and it was shot actually not that far from where the tornado occurred north of Cooperstown earlier in the summer. So, you know, rotating wall clouds are what we're calling those. And that's a nasty thing that Steve saw there. He alerted me, he alerted the National Weather Service, and then they put out the warning. Hello, Julie G from Union C. Hello, Troy, the snow. Not soon. I don't have a guesstimate on that, but it will be a lot chillier this weekend. Amy from Lawrence Park, Denise from Spartansburg, Sherry from Spartansburg, Linda, good to see you. Jerry, long time no see. Yeah, it's turned Irma into its little tornado alley there. Now, this is not confirmed. It's what my storm chaser calls a tree topper. All right, so here's another shot coming up for you. All right, you see how it lifted? All right, and again, it is ironic, Emma, that we did have that tornado near Pettis Road, you know, 7 miles north of Cochranton earlier in the summer. But thankfully, this one was just a tree topper, and we'll show you some more in just a second. I just want to catch up. Shelly B, always good to see you, as well as Ann Sis. Patrick, thanks for joining us. Camp Sherwin, fire, sounds good. Fire. Nancy Mack, hello. David, our Skywarn expert with 70. See, we're still in the warm air here, so we're still, you know, watching just to see that the skies don't do what I call funny business with us. Kathy Huey, good to see you. Bill Cox, long time. Great to see you, sir. Next picture, damage from this. Okay, so if this is all you get, then you're doing pretty well. And again, shot by my storm chaser, Steve. He was Johnny on it. He was right where he had to be. He knew that cell was dangerous. He had a bad feeling about it. He called me. He told the Weather Service. They issued the warning. We went on the air. But thankfully, this is all we're seeing from that. And again, no confirmation on the ground. In fact, when you got uprooted trees in alignment like this, it's more the sign of maybe a downburst than rotation. But there was rotation in the clouds, that's for darn sure. And he calls it a tree topper. So there you go. Nikki Carter, always good to see you. Hope you're on the nightcap tonight. Dougie, Saginaw. Now, where Doug is up in Michigan, like we were showing you on the radar, that's where the cooler, damper weather is coming in this week. And I know I've had some calls about homecoming. And here's the other one. GFS Yvonne is on that. She has a daughter, Michelle, in Westfield in Chautauqua County, and they got a warning up there as well. So, Laura, good to see you. Thanks for the report. The severe threat is diminishing. We'll keep watching that for you. John Lewis, a pleasure to have you here. Judy, I'm sure you're watching your Red Sox right now. Donna, hello. Thank you. Appreciate your support. Yeah, I got to, do a little TV with this afternoon, and it's always good, when you do stuff like this to be there. It's such a small chunk of the total audience, but it's always good to err on the side of caution. So we appreciate your appreciations. I'll take heat anytime. Thankfully, today the phones at Jet were down. In a sense, that's good when you do one of these because there's always a bunch of people that are mad that you're interrupting Judge Judy or something. But of course, if the tornado was coming down their street and I wasn't there, they'd be screaming at me from the other side of the fence. Shannon, I do too, but I don't think it's coming soon. Lillian, good to see you. Ashley Carolyn, welcome back. Patty, I can see you, and I'm so glad you're back. April G, Warren County, you had a warning over there. You got the Crawford County severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, no tornado for you guys, and that really weakened quickly. So I'm happy for that. Bob Gearing, Bemis Point, did you see anything over there in Crawford, or excuse me, in Chautauqua County? So what we were saying here, and I'm going to go back to radar just to show you the two events in radar form. Okay, I'm going to use the Cleveland radar. And I want to also thank Craig Flint, who worked Tom DeVecchio's shift all morning and through the lunchtime. And then he had to come back and help me. So Craig, I would say, put in about, when I saw him first, let's say about a 14-hour day. Okay, so hats off to Craig Flint, who helped me with this storm that developed over Crawford. And I'm going to show you the radar loop on here. I just have to back it up. And thanks to Tom DeVecchio, who actually had the day off and helped us on the Facebook side. So great team here. I appreciate my buddies doing it. Now here's the storm. Watch this. Okay, it's coming across, and there's the warning. Okay, and then it's out of here. They actually discontinued the tornado warning before it was set to expire. All right, so I'm going to bring you back and show you what happened here. There's the cell that came through, and I'll put some streets on here so you can see. So whenever you see the purple cores, that's nasty. And if you're just joining us, this is just a review. This is not what's happening now. But there is this Pettis Road, okay, right there. See that? Now, look at where the purple core is. And again, that's darn close to what happened with that confirmed Cochranton tornado. So it goes right over those guys. My storm tracker's there. He shoots the video of the rotating wall cloud, and then Cleveland issues the warning, all right, about 2:48 in here. Orange, it's a severe thunderstorm warning. And then as time goes on and he files his reports, by 2:58, they see the rotation, and it becomes a tornado warning. Till it was supposed to go till 3:45, and they ended it at 3:30 because the storm weakened. So for you guys in southeast Crawford County, this is the action that happened between 2:30. You can see it headed towards Hightowne and Titusville, and then out. Okay, but the thing that caught our eye, and this confirms what he was showing you with that picture, if you look at the velocity mode of a Doppler radar, a little geeky Meteor 101 for you here. This is true Doppler, okay? Greens are winds moving away from the radar. Reds are winds moving towards the radar. So right in here, right? That's where the rotation was. When you get green next to blue. Now, when you get the bright green here, the stronger, like it says 58 mile per hour against the bright red away at 58, that's when you really got problems. This was a weaker rotation. Okay, the wind speeds were slower, and I don't think it touched the ground, but that's what happened, this afternoon at that time. And that, ladies and gentlemen, confirms it right there with that wall cloud. So this is just using a very experienced storm chaser with that radar and with technology in the field to come up with a a sighting like that. And as I said, thankfully, no deaths, a few trees down, and I don't think it actually um, touched the ground. So that was then. All right. Now I want to pay attention because I have Yvonne here, and she has her daughter Michelle's up in Westford, or yeah, just in Westford, Westfield, excuse me. Westford is Pennsylvania. So if we go along with time here, you're going to see what happened right during the 6 o'clock news. All right, watch this. Watch this cell come out of northeast, get purple, and then they issue a severe thunderstorm warning. And just like the Crawford one, then it turns into a tornado warning. So I don't know if anything touched the ground there. Thankfully, Yvonne, it developed east of Michelle there, but that's a little wicked hook in here, right? Like that. Okay, at 6:15 when I was doing the weather. And again, if you check the velocity mode, not quite as tight a circulation there, but you still see it. You see some dark greens, which is a weak rotation, getting near some dark reds. So Weather Service issued what are called radar indicated tornado warnings. Don't know if anything actually touched the ground, but looked pretty close in that situation. So just to go back and take it from here on out, and look at chances and stuff like that. As I showed you when we first started here, there's some showers and storms around, but there's nothing that screams severe. And we're still in the warmth here. The cool air is there. And when this whole thing goes through, we're going to get some rain out of it. It's going to be breezy, and it's kind of going to be one of those showery, damp, dank weekends as this thing pulls across. And of course, the weather's going to greatly improve as we go into next week. Looking to the east to see if anything significant is happening there. There's the Crawford County one. Here comes the one. There was a brief, like April Gardner was talking about, thunderstorm warning in Warren. There's the one up in New York State. And as I run it right up to the present, you don't see any of those flashing polygons. So that's why we can say things look calmer. And of course, you've lost the daytime heating. So that, with a lower sun angle in October, you don't have that kind of dynamics to really spawn big storms or big tornadoes. So we'll just continue to watch it, and hopefully we just ride out of it in the next few hours. And then we prepare for the rain and the brisk winds and the cooler temperatures. Okay, and again, we are still on the warm side, guys. You can see it right there. I want to catch up with you guys and make sure I didn't miss any of your comments. Karen D, good to see you. Sherry Bird, good to see you. Alerting Jen downtown. Todd, hello to you, sir. Love it, Lillian. Love you guys in Centerville. Colleen, great to see you after a long layoff there. My buddy, Steve Tarr, Franklin, hello. Great to see you, sir. Thanks for tuning in from Venango County in the Franklin area. Thank you, Shelley Benjamin. Now that's out in Ohio, right? Oh, New York, I'm sorry. Can't keep my state straight. But Thomas Garlucci, great to have you here. Keeping us in the slight risk, yes, just because we're in the warm air. Okay, so let me get back to where I have to get back to here. We have to wait for the front to clear, and that's when they kind of just say, okay, maybe we'll drop you out of that slight risk. So as long as you're still in the warm air, there's SPC, the people that issue those risks, as well as the watches, and you can see on this loop here, you got to get this front past us. Okay, it's still to the west, and that's why we're still warm. There's still showers around. There could be a thunderstorm, and you can see the contrast here. You go 74 Erie, 57 Detroit, 55 Grand Rapids. Once this thing goes through, and you can probably see it with dew points as well, yes, 63, 54, 54. So the front is right in here where you saw those lines. Okay, and I'm just going to zap this down to a 1 hour loop so we don't waste a lot of time. So the front is right there going into the Cleveland area. And once that goes past, then you're out of the warm air. And it's probably going to happen in about 3 hours, and you're going to see, a nice temperature drop. Now I can draw it up to you, um, just using a couple of models here. Okay, so that's where we are now. We got to get to the other side of the blue line with triangles. Now look, behind that, there's a lot of rain. So I think the severe threat goes away. And then look at that red, orange, yellow blob go over us from early morning hours. So there are, even though you cut the severe threat, you're going to get some downpours and some heavy rain in the wee hours of the morning and to start the day tomorrow. And then it just transitions into a lake effect. You see how the winds change direction? We're in the south here. That's why it's 74. Well, it's going to be coming off the lake there. So cool, damp, dank, showery. You can still see, even though it's light green, the model picking up lake effect rain showers off of Lake Erie and Ontario there right into Sunday. So it's a blustery, cool, damp weekend. And finally, that'll scour out on Monday, and we'll get to some nice weather. But don't expect this sunshine and warmth pattern to continue this weekend. We saw it all week. We're going to get rid of it literally in the next few hours. So here's the other map: red, warmth, blue and magenta, cool. Here's your front coming through right around midnight. All right, and then you're going to see a swath of rain. Now, it's not that this is severe, but you can get thunder in this. So if you're up or you're sleeping at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, I'll probably still be up. You could get a good bang or two out of the sky, and also some heavy downpours of rain to start your Saturday. Okay, then that just transitions into the showery, off and on, blustery, chilly, damp, dank kind of precipitation, and we're taking this thing right through Sunday. Then the precipitation gets lighter, and it's not that you can't see a peak or two of sun, but the temperature pattern is a lot different, this weekend once this front comes through. So we'll give you a 7-day here so you can see the full meal deal and what we're thinking. And I'm going to keep up with your comments here, or try to. Thank you. I really appreciate that, GFS. No confirmation on SPC. Thank you. Thank you. Doc, anything can happen in Erie in October. You know that, right? And you can still get hurricanes down there. So there you go. Thanks, Norm. We appreciate that. Yeah, that developed, like I showed you on the radar there. That developed to your north and east. So that developed just east of Westfield. So the warning for severe thunderstorm and then tornado was for central and eastern Chautauqua County. So you were in the right place at the right time there, Norm. All right, Linda, did it get a little concerning down there in Cochranton? It looked like the cell was mainly to the north. So good there. Kara, our pleasure. All my weather guys, we're out today. Like Lori and the Weather Girls. Wow, that sounds like a group. Oh my gosh. All right. And Rex. Can't forget the weather dog, right? All right. The Queen is here. You working tonight? I guess not if you're in Columbiana. Annie P. from Canandaigua Lake. Always good to have you. Thanks for being here. Julie M. I bet you were, but it wasn't for us. So you're good. You're good, Julie M. Thanks for being here. Bill Dennis, thanks for your support from out in Albion. Becky Linton, you'll be up because you're an early riser. So, if you're doing farm chores up then, get set to get wet. But it's mainly rain. Now, there can be thunder and lightning with it, but I don't think it's going to be severe. Comedian number 3 is in. That will wake you up. And we'll just keep watching tonight, And Lori's right here. You're doing well, Julie. Don't worry. Don't worry, Julie. It'll be okay. Brian from Fairview, good to see you. Hello, sir. Alstair, our buddy all the way from Saskatchewan, Canada. Great to see you. If you're up later, join us on the nightcap. So it's been mainly a miss and not a hit situation. Thank you. We appreciate that. Are we weather geeks or what? Sirens went off, but thankfully that was to your north, just like it was when they had the actual tornado there. Thank you. Thank you for the pictures. Bill, I'll look forward to them. Thank you, Doc. You keep me in mind there, and I'll keep you in mind. All right. Now, Adam Ripley, thanks to you. So, got to go. But as Thomas Carlucci was saying earlier, we'll be, just watching this front come through. We don't expect a lot of funny business with it. But, we track them mile by mile. And hopefully they drop the slight risk. We have nothing from SPC, and that's the Storm Prediction Center that puts those risks out. We have nothing from them indicating that they're going to be issuing a watch or, that kind of thing. And it looks like, Thomas Carlucci, can you verify this? Before I go, it looks like they might have just dropped us or moved it east. Now, this is the thing that just came up on my screen here. So this is great. I can leave you guys with a little bit of news. Now, I know it's not as pretty as what I was showing you before, but tomorrow's the day 2, and we don't have to worry about that. But this is the day 1, which is today. So you can see that we have gone, except for eastern Warren County and Forest, McKean, and Elk out here, we have gone from yellow to green, from level 2 to level 1. So I guess that was just put in, all right? So that's something good that I can leave with all of you, that the risk is literally decreasing, and the experts, appropriately centered in Norman, Oklahoma, in the middle of Tornado Alley, which is where the Storm Prediction Center is, their outlooks have just dropped us down a notch here. So that is good. And it's probably all based on the fact that that front is getting close to us. We're in the darkness. We're not late at night here. So, we're not before sunset here. Let me see if they did, in fact, update my graphics. No, they have not. Oh, there it is, right there. You see that? Okay. It's flipping back and forth. They're doing an update. We're going from yellow to green as we speak for Erie and Crawford and a lot of Chautauqua and UGF, Esteban, and Oil City. Still a little marginal out here. April G, Warren County, people to the east in McKean County, South and Forest and Elk. But I'm assuming this will sweep eastward with time. So that really is a good thing. I'm glad that we could catch that before the end. Okay. All right. So things are looking up, folks. Thanks for being around. It's a pleasure serving you. And Colleen, I can't even remember where your hometown is, but I guess maybe it's Erie and you're somewhere else. Great to have you back. You're welcome. Karen, you're welcome. Jen Forever Young. I would definitely be into some tropical weather chasing if they'd ever let me out of here, which they won't, but that's how it goes. Yep, we're updated. You're welcome, Sherry Bird. Thank you, GFS. And as Thomas says, should anything pop up, we will be here regardless. You're in Florida. Hope you don't get a hurricane. Bonnie Jane from the Forest, long time no see. Thanks for joining the crew. And thank you, one and all. A dank, damp, blustery weekend ahead, but it's better than tornadoes. So 'tis the season, folks. We've reached the middle of October. You knew it's going to get that way. All right. So thanks, people, for being here and coming on in. And we'll call out to you later if you don't turn into a pumpkin at midnight. And we'll have some more stuff later on tonight. Appreciate your support. And if I don't see you, make it a great and safe weekend. If I do, later on the nightcap, everybody. Take care. Have a good one. See you in a few hours.